To achieve your desired success in the civil services examination, you have to be better placed in UPSC expectations of knowledge, skills, and attitude. The civil services examination is a competitive exam to select the most suitable candidates for higher civil services. Therefore, it is a test of candidates' knowledge, skills, and attitude. To fulfill the Government of India's requirements of the 21st century, UPSC is emphasizing selecting the most suitable candidates for higher civil services who have the fundamental qualities and competencies in accordance with role-based system of strategic human resource management. The fundamental qualities and competencies are the foundation to impart the professional skills and competencies through training and are responsible for the outstanding performance of civil servant in the role. The Government of India is transforming its civil service to meet the challenges of the 21st century and rapid economic development need, for which it is shifting from the current rule-based system of personal administration to a role-based or a competency-based system of strategic human resource management. To build a high-performing civil service that is fit for purpose today and into the future and aligned to the vision of New India.
रूल की अपनी एक महत्ता है, लेकिन रोल इसकी विशेष महत्ता है। मैं रूल बेस्ड काम करूंगा कि रोल बेस्ड काम करूंगा, अगर हमारा रोल बेस्ड ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण मानेंगे तो रूल तो अपने आप फॉलो हो जाएंगे और हमारा रोल परफेक्टली हमने पालन किया तो लोगों में विश्वास और बढ़ जाएगा। साथियों, सिविल सेवा के ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के दौर में हमारी सरकार रिफॉर्म से सपोर्ट कर रही है। मिशन कर्मयोगी और आरंभ प्रोग्राम इसका ये हिस्सा है। मुझे बताया गया है कि आपकी एकेडमी में भी ट्रेनिंग का स्वरूप मिशन कर्मयोगी पर आधारित कर दिया गया है। मुझे विश्वास है इसका भी बहुत लाभ आप सभी को मिले, क्योंकि हम ऑल इंडिया सिविल सर्विस को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। साथियों, आजादी के इस अमृत काल में हमें रिफॉर्म, परफॉर्म, ट्रांसफॉर्म को नेक्स्ट लेवल पर ले जाना है।
In rule-based system, it is considered that following rules and procedures are sufficient to meet the organization or government goals and objectives. While in role-based system or competency-based system, the role of individual is crucial. In role-based system, following rules and procedures is important, but the role of individual is more crucial to achieve the government goals and objectives. As the 21st century is more dynamic, complex and challenging than the 20th century, therefore, mere following rules and procedures cannot ensure desired outcomes or results. The rules and procedures are framed to deal with simple and predefined situations, and they are needed to adjust continuously to deal with new situations that are more complex, uncertain, and challenging. Therefore, the qualities and competencies of individuals are the most deciding factor to meet the organizations or ministries or departments' goals and objectives. The role-based approach recognizes individual as a key resource to be valued, motivated, developed, and enabled to achieve the government goals. Hence, it necessitates selecting the persons through recruitment who have the fundamental qualities and competencies and provide them training with professional skills and competencies for their current and future job. The fundamental qualities and competencies are the result of persons' learning and development. They determine the ability and attitude and dispositions to work. The fundamental qualities and competencies for higher civil services in the 21st century are right knowledge, higher order skills, and right attitude. Right knowledge and higher order skills determine the ability to work for higher civil services, while right attitude determine the dispositions or tendencies to work for higher civil services. That is why the civil services examination tests candidates right knowledge, higher order skills, and right attitude that are the fundamental qualities and competencies for higher civil services of the 21st century. To select the most suitable candidate candidate for higher civil services. Therefore, the candidates who focus their preparation on fact, information, concept, theories, and fluency in subject matters and are engaged in language and writing skills practices, they generally face difficulty to qualify or to get high score in the civil services examination. Right knowledge is the most important fundamental quality for civil servants to work in public life. Right knowledge is the knowledge of relevant subject areas and is based on the depth of understanding of real world experiences and logic and evidence. Civil servants work in public life and lead and improve the major government functions. Therefore, their decisions affect and shape the social, economic, and political well being of the country. The quality of their decisions and actions is determined by their depth of understanding of real world experiences. If they have superficial understanding of real life, then their actions will bring unintended or counterproductive outcomes and their leadership position will be challenged in society that will adversely impact public value. Higher order skills are core intellectual competencies and are recognized as leading skills of the 21st century. These skills are essential for real world complex problem solving. Higher order skills develop the intellectual traits of persons and determine their quality of thinking and thought process. Higher order skills are fundamental to higher order cognitive functions such as decision making, real world problem solving, forward looking planning, strategic use of resources, responsible leadership, collaborating constructively, and communicating effectively, etc. Since the nature of civil servants' work is increasingly higher order cognitive functions in today's world, these skills are essential for high performing civil service in the 21st century. That is why the civil services examination emphasizes testing candidate higher order skills to select the most suitable candidates for higher civil services. Right attitude is the spirit and in-depth interest in public service. It is the most important attribute of civil servants' intellectual identity and is responsible for their outstanding performance in the role, job satisfaction, and commitment to public service. Right attitude determines their dispositions or tendencies to work in public life and motivates them for lifelong learning. Right attitude is the deep-seated characteristic of a person and is determined by his beliefs, preferences, and values, social role, self-image, and motives. Therefore, it is usually difficult to change it later. Consequently, it is the most important determinant to be tested at the recruitment stage itself by UPSC to select the most suitable candidates for higher civil services. Therefore, to achieve their desired success in the civil services examination, students should focus to develop these three fundamental qualities and competencies, that is right knowledge, higher order skills, and right attitude. The knowledge, skills, and attitude of a candidate is determined by his deliberate efforts of learning and development, but not by his innate talent. The cutting edge research in brain science and learning sciences and real life experiences have clearly established that person's excellence or success in any field is the result of their deliberate efforts of learning and development rather than their innate talent. As our brain is a self-organized system of neural networks and synaptic patterns, the neural networks and synaptic patterns define our intelligence and capabilities. In other words, they define our knowledge, skills, and attitudes. The synaptic patterns and neural networks changes with new knowledge and experiences. It is called neuroplasticity of brain. Therefore, to achieve their desired success or to get a competitive ace in the civil services examination, candidates should strive to develop the fundamental qualities and competencies for higher civil services, that is right knowledge, higher order skills, and right attitude most effectively and efficiently, and that will be their competitive ace preparation. There are three key factors of high performance that bring out effective and efficient development of the fundamental qualities and competencies. The three key factors of high performance that are responsible for the most effective and efficient development of the fundamental qualities and competencies are: first, strategic in focus; second, the science of learning; and the third is ability to sustain attention. Strategic in focus is the best possible way to acquire the fundamental qualities and competencies, that is right knowledge, higher order skills and right attitude. It is not a plan to complete the syllabus but a strategy to ensure the result. Planning works best in case of academic exams and completing the task related to personal achievements, but not in case of competitions. The competitions are always won by being strategic in focus. Human history is full of examples where wars were won by being strategic in focus but not by planning. Strategic in focus is a playing to win strategy. It is not a doing your best philosophy but doing for getting the best. In other words, a strategy to ensure your result. Strategic in focus ensures result by creating synergy in strategic vision, thinking and actions. The second factor of high performance is the science of learning. The science of learning explains how we learn. It brings out fast and effective learning outcomes and support the development of higher order skills. True or actual learning happens when the learning outcomes, that is knowledge, skills and attitude, are stored in our long-term memory, and it is the true learning that determines our performance. Whereas when the learning outcomes are limited to our working memory or short-term memory, then it is the feel of learning or shallow learning, and it does not contribute to our success. The learning practices that are based on the science of learning are highly effective to transfer learning from working memory to long-term memory. Therefore, these types of practices are called the best practices or modern tools of learning. Therefore, the best practices such as active learning, reflective thinking, interaction with the real world, learning by doing and deliberate practices, etc. are highly effective and efficient to gain new knowledge, skills and attitudes. The best universities of the world such as MIT, Harvard, Stanford and Oxford, etc. include the best practices in their learning strategies to create the best learning for their students. Whereas the traditional learning or traditional methods of learning such as passive learning, rereading, rote memorization, revising multiple times, repeated practice, etc. provide feel of learning or shallow learning and are less effective for the development of higher order skills, or many a time they adversely impact the development of higher order skills because these practices are less effective to transfer learning from working memory to long-term memory. The importance of the best practices can be best understood with an example of today's warfare. We can imagine the results when today's war is fought with the modern tools or with the traditional weapons. The third factor of high performance is the ability to sustain attention. The ability to sustain attention is the ability to focus or concentrate for long enough on your work. The ability to sustain attention is responsible for all form of learning. Without it, all efforts of learning suffer drastically. Therefore, it is the most deciding factor for high performance or getting the expertise of any field. It is the factor that differentiates a low performer from a high performer. The persons who have achieved great success in their lives have experienced the same. However, most of us face difficulty to focus or concentrate on our work that are related to our learning and development, such as studying, learning new knowledge and skills, and preparing for the competitive exams, etc. So the poor outcomes of our efforts of learning. To overcome the problem of focus or concentrate, we generally try and test many practices such as meditation, avoiding distractions, lifestyle changes, watching motivational videos and reading motivational books, etc. But with little success. Motivational books and motivational videos create emotional arousal and excitement which is lost after a while. Regarding focus or concentrate, it is important to understand that focus is a function of our brain. Therefore, to understand it clearly, we need to understand how our brain works. The latest research in brain sciences and the contemplating wisdom have put forward a new and workable insight on how our brain works. It concludes that reward system and the imperative system guide the attention of our brain. Therefore, to be able to focus on any work, we need to get the clarity of reward and imperativeness associated to that work. In the context of the civil services examination, reward is life with IS and imperativeness is life without IS. Therefore, you should strive to get the broad clarity of the explicit and implicit benefits of a career in higher civil services to activate your reward reward and imperative system of your brain to be able to focus or concentrate on your preparation of the civil services examination. Therefore, when your preparation of the civil services examination is based on the clear understanding of the exam and the three key factors of high performance, then it is easier to score above 50% marks in less than 1 year preparation. And that will be your competitive ACE preparation for the civil services examination. Thank you.